and Steffi Show. Ben and Steffi Show. It's fantastic. You guys have to watch it. Ben and Steffi Show. Ben and Steffi Show. It's fantastic. You guys have to watch it.
Come on, Steffi, let's get started.
Yo, what's up, you guys? Guys, if you guys are new, my name is Ben, and this is
Steffi.
Hey, guys. Woo, we got a good one today, right, Steffi?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, guys, today we're gonna be checking out Squid Game Every Ending Clue, things that you missed and hidden details by the channel Heavy Spoilers. Guys, if you guys want to go ahead and support Heavy Spoilers, please go to their channel. I'm gonna put the link in the description below, but they compose this together, and I am curious to see what stuff we may have missed, you know?
I know.
And so, guys, before we continue, if you haven't seen Squid Game yet, then watch it first before you watch this video right here, right? Because there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. I'm not sure what they're gonna show us, stuff like that, but yeah, if you haven't watched Squid Game yet, I would highly recommend watching that series, guys. Squid Game is by far the most amazing, phenomenal, and the most deepest series I have ever seen. And
I
also,
agree.
also it's my first time ever watching a Korean drama series. Now I know why girls watch Korean drama series. They go crazy.
It's addicting.
Yeah, I can see why Steffi's friends and all these. I understand now, right? If it's deep like as Squid Games, I might want to watch some more Korean drama series. But yeah, now I understand. Because before I was like, man, why are you watching all these Korean drama series? I get it now.
You get it now.
Yeah, guys. Overall, Squid Game is phenomenal. All right, I deeply love that. I hope it seems like there will be a season 2. Just watch it. All right. So guys, without further ado, this is 8.5 minutes long. So let's get right into it. Oh, guys, before we continue, if you could, please go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe. And with that said, Steffi, you ready for this?
I am.
Yo, guys, let's go and check this out.
Okay, so did you know that the players in Squid Game could have actually seen what games they'd be playing before they even played them? Between the matches, the characters were all placed into a room filled with bunk beds, and though this seemed just like a rest area, if you look at the walls, they're actually filled with significant markings. As the beds get slowly stripped away, it's revealed that these paintings are actually all of the games that the players would be playing throughout the tournament. First is Red Light, Green Light. There's also the Honeycomb game, Tug of War, the Glass Hopping one, the 3 at the Table, and lastly the titular Squid Game. The series itself is filled with clues to the eventual reveals, and this is also the case with the player who's behind the entire thing. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and throughout this video we're going to be breaking it all down, but I just want to give a huge spoiler alert for the series. If you haven't checked it out, then this is your chance to quit playing, but if you want to continue, then I hope you thumbs up the video and also subscribe to the channel.
And subscribe.
With out of the way, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into Squid Game.
Awesome.
Okay, so at the end of Squid Game, we learn that it was Il-nam all along. The final episode reveals that he invented the games as a form of entertainment for him and his rich buddies who had become bored with life. We learn that he had actually got involved in the one that we see in the show because he was dying and wanted a final bit of fun in his life before it was too late. The ending was absolutely incredible, and the scene had Ji-hun saying goodbye to the character as he lay on his deathbed. This last meeting actually reflected their first one, in which he too encountered the character as he sat in bed.
So many points that we
It was a
cover
pretty big twist that pulled the rug out from under your feet, but eagle-eyed viewers might have spotted early on that there were several clues pointing towards his true identity. Now, the first one is that he is number 1, the very first player.
We were saying that the whole time we were watching. Why is he number 1 and Ji-hun was the last? You know?
And throughout we watch as he very much works his way to first place, aka
it's such a
in the final episode, he's left as number 1. He inherits a large portion of the character's fortune and comes face to face with him in one of the final scenes. 1 is symbolic on a number of levels, and because it's the first place, it also hints to us that Il-nam is number 1 and that he's the one controlling everything. In episode 5, Hwang Jun-ho sneaks through the compound, and he eventually finds a storage room with files on all of the games that have happened over the decades. Upon opening the 2021, the first player there is actually number 2, and Il-nam's profile is completely missing. There is no file for number 1 because he doesn't need or want to keep a record for himself. The other players in the game also somewhat hint towards us that something is off with Il-nam, and though it's not too obvious, when you really think about it, he wouldn't be someone that would be selected for the process. Everyone else in the Squid Game is roughly the same age, whereas he's extremely elderly. He's also dying of a brain tumour, and thus even if he did win the life-changing money, it wouldn't last that long. Though he gives his reasons as to why he wants it, from what we know about the games and the players that have been selected in the past, they're all roughly between 20 and 40, and he's a complete outlier in all of this. Now the games themselves are also major giveaways too. Throughout the series we watched as he said they were all things that he'd played as a child, and in retrospect it becomes blatantly obvious that he selected them himself because they're what he knows. On repeat viewings it's clear that each of them are something that he not only played as a kid, but they're also things that he's very good at. Now the first thing they play is Red Light Green Light. Whilst the other players are absolutely terrified for their lives, he gleefully struts about whilst the Terminator's back is turned, and even stops before it looks back to face the crowd. He knows all of the lyrics to the song that the machine sings, and therefore knows to stop in advance before it ends and turns back around. If we look at the clip of the targeted players, you might also notice something different about him. The one directly to his left and all of the other ones to the side have a slight green overlay that appears over the top of them. If we look at the players to his right, outside of the girl crouching down beside him, this is also the case too. Everyone other than him in this girl's tracksuit appears slightly green, and I believe that this machine sees him without the glow because it's been programmed not to shoot him. If this theory is right, then he also has a protective ring around him that stops the machine from firing at people in his vicinity in case it misses, and that's why the girl to his right is also safe too. Immediately after this game, the players decide to cast a vote on whether they should end the tournament or not. He is the one who makes the choice in the end and casts the deciding vote to end the game. This subtly shows his power over the entire thing, and I actually think that he carried this out for a specific reason.
Wow, now you're looking back at it, now he points it out.
To walk away from it all, knowing the stakes, and if they came back, then that would ease his conscience slightly.
No,
as
okay,
the choice
it
was
makes
theirs.
sense now, yeah.
Now cut to the honeycomb game, and Ilnam ends up choosing the star. Though this seems like a very complex shape, there's not actually any bends in it like the circles or umbrellas. Though you might think it's easier to have the triangle's lines are longer, whereas the stars are shorter, so there's less to cut through before you hit an edge. Being completely honest though, yeah, the triangle is a pretty easy shape too, but Ilnam didn't exactly have one of the difficult ones either. And next we jump to episode 4, in which a fight breaks out during the night. Throughout, Ilnam hides away from the carnage up on one of the bleachers, and he ends up begging for the fighting to stop. Even though up until this point it seemed like the front man was completely in control, he immediately sends the guards in because Ilnam requests it. Another clue is that his bed is the only one that isn't flipped, and this is because the guards likely know who he is. Next they play a game of tug of war, and because of their players it seems like Ilnam's team are about to be sent to their deaths. However, he is the one who tells them how to win, and because of his guidance
I remember
they
this.
easily
This
beat
was
the much
awesome.
stronger team. Ilnam had clearly played the game hundreds of times before and knew the best strategy to take. Any team with him was destined to win, and the fact his strategy works definitely proves this. The final game in which he takes
you would
part
never
is
guess
the
that
marbles
though.
one,
Even though he knew the
and this
strategy, he
also
could have
has
been
a lot
like,
of clues in it. Throughout it, it seems like the character is struck by dementia, and he constantly walks around looking for his house. This game not only pulls from his childhood, but the area does too, and unless the Squid Game
he's such a good
organisers were
actor.
psychic,
Yeah.
then they'd have no way of knowing
wait till the
what his
end.
home
This
looked like.
episode
Throughout
6
the episode, everything
was
he says is brushed away as
I
the
think
ramblings of
that's when they
someone
gave the
with
clue,
disease.
because when they
But
shot
knowing
him,
what we know, it becomes
the camera didn't show,
obvious
yeah.
that he's in control. In the end, he seems to find his home, and personally, I believe that this is a perfect recreation of it. He's giving the game away because throughout the entire season, he's letting us know that all of the challenges and environments are based on things from his life.
Yeah.
He lets Ji-hun win, and the character is then seemingly killed off camera,
Yeah, right there.
but we know that isn't the case. If we look closely at the gate that Ji-hun has just walked out of, we can see that he's no longer there, and though the rest of the court is filled with bodies, his is completely missing. Now, knowing what we know, a question you may have is why did Ilnam end up leaving the game at this point when he was still invested in playing? Well, the next game is the Deadly Hopscotch one, and this is by far the most unpredictable of the lot. If he didn't end up getting put in last place, then there would be a danger that the person behind him could push him to his death, like what we see in the episode.
okay.
There's also the possibility that due to his brain tumour, he may have forgotten along the way which glass to step on, and he simply couldn't risk it. Now that is of course a theory, but overall, going back and knowing what we
towards
know,
the last
I actually think
episode,
the series
towards the
becomes
end,
better on a second watch.
when we knew that he got
Now,
the car
obviously,
to go
I'd
to the
love to hear if
hospital.
you spotted any other ones below.
I called it out,
And
right?
if this is your first
I said
time
that
here,
is the
then I
old
hope
guy.
you enjoyed
The
your trip
best
to the Heavy
friend.
Spoilers
Yeah.
show.
Whoa.
Yeah, guys, that was crazy. Yeah,
Yes.
so many details. I mean, so many clues that you just overlook them because when you're so into the show, I swear Squid Game is probably the only show that I have binge watch after work. Like we literally binge watch 3 to 4 episodes.
So worth it.
I mean, well, most up to 3 episodes, right? Like, I mean, it is crazy. I never binge watch anything but Squid Game. Like, it's like I just want to keep knowing what happened, guys. The writer, the directors, just the overall cast, the crew, amazing actors.
Every single one.
Yeah, I mean, I was blown away. Especially like Steffi said, the old guy, he got us. He got us good. I honestly swear, man, if I didn't know. I think we ended the second, when we were binge watching, we were watching the first 3 episodes, and then on the second day we watched to episode 6. I swear, episode 6 got me crying like a little girl. I'm telling you, man, you get so like,
You get so attached.
yeah, you
to
get
the
so attached to the
character.
characters, and you get so like, especially the Pakistan guy, I think he was, right? I forgot
that
his
story.
what? I forgot the guy's name. Oh man, like, and then that guy, I think. You know, the other main guy that, you know, that framed him and took his marbles and changed it to rocks. Oh man, that was the saddest. And then especially the old guy, man, he got us so.
I
man.
know.
Because every time you watch the old guy, it just reminds you of your grandparents. You know, it just reminds you, or just even like just elderlies in general, like people that you know, and then how they just just look so vulnerable, and you want to do everything you can to help them. And he played it so well, you know. But Squid Game, I gotta say, is probably one of the deepest series I've ever seen. It just teaches people about humanity, and when it comes to like just being a human being, man, it is deep. It shows everybody's flaws when it comes to money. When it comes to money,
That's
guys,
crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when it comes to money, whether you agree with me or not. If you agree with me, go and smash the like button. But when it comes to money, I swear, when it comes to money, friendship, family, everything. It just, I mean, sometimes money, it just ruins it, you know? And then, like situations like this, it really tests people's, like, I guess their humanity, like, when it comes to money, like, would you pick money over friends or family or stuff like that? And, man, sometimes in this world, people do that, you know? When it comes to money, it damages friendships, families, or whatever, stuff like that. So, yeah, it just kind of, like kind of make people think, you know. And I love, man, I honestly love Squid Game.
Yeah, it's a must watch for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait for season 2. Like I said, it just, especially, I don't want to spoil even more, but what the hell, you already seen this right now. But the last episode, man, when the old guy, he said like, oh, watch that drunk guy out in the alleyway if anybody will help him, you know. And like before the clock strikes midnight or something like that. And it, people just walk by, just ignore, just ignore the guy. And it just trying to show Ji-hoon, like, to test people's humanity. Like, is there any people that's out there that's compassionate and willing to help one another? And at the end, it was a surprise. So go check it out. Definitely go check out Squid Game. If you haven't seen it, please do. I highly recommend it. I never recommend anything, but man, and like I said, I never watched Korean drama series. But yeah, if it's good as this Squid Game, like, yeah, I would highly suggest you guys check it out. But,
yes.
And also, man, I'm telling you, when we were just like trying to check out to see what's to watch, I was like, because I first read something about Squid Game, I said, what is this? Like, what's going on here? And then I played the first episode. Steffi checked it out. I was like, what is this? I was like, what's going on here?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. I said, man, let's just watch the first episode, all right? And after the first episode, man, we've been hooked ever since. And leading up to the last episode, it seems like there's going to be a season 2. I hope so. I hope so too, because I want to see what happens, because it seems like Ji-hoon was going to go to America to meet up with his daughter and stuff like that, but he just turned back around, and it seems like it's a clue for season 2. So I hope it happens. Hopefully soon. Hopefully by next year. I hope they don't drag it out like 2-3 years. But yeah, definitely awesome video by Heavy Spoilers.
Yeah.
So many details that we have missed. Like I said, when you're so caught up in a show, I mean, you don't you don't just, your brain is just so like into the story that you don't try to see every details. But yeah, awesome stuff. Cool that we like, it just makes sense after watching all the stuff now. So
It does, yeah.
super awesome, guys. Hope you guys enjoy that. Definitely check out Squid Game. And guys, if you did already, let us know in the comments below. And guys, please don't forget to smash a like button, subscribe, and comment below. And thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.